I've been doing a lot of decluttering recently, and I used to find it really difficult to let go of things, specifically sentimental things, or I'd think, oh, but what if I need this? But these 5 questions that we're going to go through have really helped me refine the process of decluttering and question as well any new things that I bring into my life. So let's go through 5 questions you can ask yourself while decluttering to help you get rid of more stuff. Number 1, how do I feel about selling this item? I don't know if this is just because I have a part-time job at the moment and I would really like a full-time income. So the idea of selling certain things that I have and being able to earn money quite quickly from it. If you sell something on Vinted, that process can be quite quick if the item sells quickly. That is quite an appealing thing, depending on the item. There are some things where I think, absolutely not, there's no way I would sell this, even if I could make some money out of it. I like this thing and I'm keeping it. Anytime you ask yourself this question, and the idea of selling the item to make some money out of it, if that idea at all appeals to you, that's maybe a sign that it is time to let this item go, and you can let it go and not feel guilty and you're not going to miss it or have this scarcity voice in your head. It's helpful to label your feelings. I talk a lot about how it's important to feel your feelings. So how do I feel about selling this item? Do I feel excited? Do I feel okay? Do I feel ambivalent, panicked, rushed? It can tell you a lot about your relationship to that item, and it might surprise you. So it's an interesting question to ask. The second question is, if I could immediately swap this item for money, would I miss it? It's more like a thought experiment. And again, you will be surprised by some of the answers. Things that you thought you would always keep or that you could never get rid of. When you view it in this light, you might think, okay, I'm not as attached to that as I thought I was. And if you would prefer money to the item itself, you can let it go. Sell it if possible, or donate it. And then if you donate it to a charity shop, they can make money, and then you're making money for the charity. So everyone wins. The third question that has been helpful to ask is, when was the last time I wore/used this? And when you ask yourself this question, don't let yourself off the hook with, I wore this one afternoon, or I tried this on before work, but I couldn't make the outfit work, so I didn't wear it in the end, but that's when I last picked it up. There can be all sorts of justifications, reasons why you must keep this thing if you find it difficult to let go of clothes, or there can be different sentimental reasons tied up in what we wear, in terms of it can remind you of a certain person or a certain time in your life or a specific event that you went to. I always feel weird talking about this because it seems like such a silly topic, but what we wear does have an impact on how we feel during the day, how others perceive us. It might seem like a frivolous or silly thing, but it does also have an impact. But asking yourself, when was the last time you actually used an item? Be very honest and realistic with yourself. Don't let yourself be like, I almost wore this, or I was gonna wear it, but anything that you're immediately changing after trying on. So you're like, I want to wear that shirt, but then you put it on and you're like, it feels a bit tight under the arms, or the sleeves are too long. So not just thought about wearing it, but actually wore or used the thing. And this serves a dual purpose of showing, this thing that you thought that you were attached to, you're actually okay to get rid of, and actually as well showing you, realistically, the last time you wore this was like a year ago. You're good to get rid of it because you probably wouldn't miss it. The fourth question is, would I buy this again and pay full price for it? This is particularly helpful for clothes you bought secondhand. I've done a whole video about secondhand shopping, which I will link, or something that was given to you as a gift, or something that you bought in the sale. Any of these reasons that we just said mean either the item was free if it was a gift, or you paid a lot less for it than you would have done if you'd bought it full price. So sit back and ask yourself if you would actually buy that item again if it was full price. And if you would, then great. That means that it's something that you like enough to keep. And if not, then maybe consider letting that thing go. In the book, Goodbye Things, I read this recently. It's a very interesting book, sort of a minimalist memoir / how-to guide. It's got some practical advice, a lot of practical advice, but also he's talking about his experience of minimalism, and it's all around very good. But in it, he talks about how he decluttered a lot of different things, and one of these things was a foot bath, and he decided to let it go, and then after a while, he realised he actually missed that thing, and so he bought it again, and then another length of time went by, he maybe wasn't using it as much. He got rid of it. He decluttered the second foot bath. I'm pretty sure it was a foot bath. In the book, he's saying, if I ever buy that for a third time, that's probably the time that I will keep it forever, because it's clear that I actually like that thing. Now, obviously it depends on the item, because I would have thought a foot bath is quite expensive. So you don't just want to be discarding things that you could actually use at some point, but it's finding the balance between that scarcity voice that will be saying, oh, but what if you need it? What if I need to use this? Versus that decluttering voice, which is saying, get rid of everything. There will be a voice in the middle, or that you have to find the balance between those two extremes. And so if you are willing to pay full price for the thing again, even if you were to get rid of it, that's probably a sign that it's something that you're good to keep and you don't need to declutter. But anything outside of an absolute yes, I would buy this again, that's something that you could consider letting go of, or just explore a bit. Put the thing away in a box and be like, okay, in 3 months I will come back to this and get rid of it if I've not even thought about it. You know, the fifth question to ask yourself is, if I'm on the fence, is this thing replaceable? So if you are trying to declutter your wardrobe or your house, and there are a few items where you're like, I could probably get rid of this, but I'm not sure because I do sometimes use it or I do sometimes wear it. Things that you're on the fence about and you're not sure, think about, is it a replaceable thing? So could you easily go and buy another, I don't know, let's say it's like a navy t-shirt, but it kind of has a bit of sentimental value. So you're like, well, on the one hand, this is replaceable, but on the other hand, the sentimental value of it isn't really replaceable. It helps bring some clarity, because if I'm on the fence about something, there's clearly a part of me that's ready to let it go. And so if there is a way to buy it again, then you probably are okay to let it go. But then we don't also want to be wasteful or getting rid of things just to buy new things. Another one about balance. But it certainly helped me declutter some of the more generic things, or specifically, I guess, maybe books or CDs, because I don't have a CD player at the moment. I used to, so having CDs made sense, but now, even if I have these things, I can't play them. So I'm like, well, CDs are pretty replaceable, the ones I'm thinking of, you know, they're just generic items, so I'm probably good to get rid of them. I could buy them back at a charity shop or used online or on Vinted or whatever. It's probably possible to find a good, affordable replacement for these CDs, so I'm good to get rid of them. Incidentally, I was seeing some people buy vinyl, but they don't have a record player. And I get it, because some vinyl covers are like art. So, I mean, I have a vinyl wall where I've put up some covers and I can swap them out every so often. So I kind of get it. But also, to me, things have to be useful, and like, it's not me, so who knows? But to me, it seems like a big waste of money to buy something like vinyl, because it is quite expensive, and then not to use it. It's up to you. Everybody is different. Maybe even if something is replaceable, you might think, well, I'm going to keep it anyway just in case. That's fine. Like, we're always learning, and you might change your mind in however many months and think, oh, it was good to get rid of those things. It's fine. It's a process. But yes, these 5 questions. How do I feel about selling this item? If I could immediately swap this for money, would I miss it? When was the last time I wore this? Would I buy this again and pay full price for it? If I'm on the fence about this thing, is it replaceable? These 5 questions are things that I have caught myself asking, and sort of been like a running theme as I'm decluttering, and I found them really helpful to bring some clarity. So I hope the same for you. I will leave my video about 7 decluttering truths I wish I knew sooner, because I think if you liked this video, you could benefit from that video as well. God bless. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.